Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to the Krista Chronicles and another new deck digest. And we're going to get right into it because if you are new here, how these work are I'm showing you today all of the new decks I've gotten in since filming the last new deck digest up until today. So it's about a month, however, we're a few days into February now. So yes, we've got quite a lot to show today because I think I filmed the other one like even maybe like very end of December. I don't know, doesn't matter. Starting with one that just came in this afternoon, the Elemental Tarot by Carolyn Smith. This is a vintage copy I won on eBay. Yeah, it just kind of looked cool. The box is busted, but I think I can fix it with tape. And now I do think you can still get this one. I think it just looks a little bit different. Honestly, I'm not sure. It came up on eBay at a really good price, and I hadn't seen it before seeing it on eBay, so I wasn't even super aware that it was necessarily this difference between a vintage and newer copy, but yeah, this is the vintage one. I don't know what that means, is what I'm trying to say, but I was fascinated by the look of this deck, the layout of this deck, the things included in this deck. There's a lot, it seems like, for me to get into. Of course, elementally, but then there's deities in here, really cool keywords on the majors with some quotes. Look at that devil card. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. There's astrological references. There just seem to be a lot on a single card in this deck that aligned with the things I'm just really interested in this year and interested in learning. So that will be cool. That's the Elemental Tarot. And I will link below, if I can find, if there's one to just kind of outright buy right now, a version of that sort, I will link that, because from my research on this deck and realizing this was a vintage one is because I saw copies going for like $100, $200. I was like, okay, no thanks on that. But yeah, I'll try and see what I can find. All right, next, this beauty. Oh my gosh, are you ready? The Tarot of Aphrodite. This is the new 2nd edition, and this is just one I was so back and forth on it. The first Kickstarter that went around, look at the backs. And then so back and forth on it with the second Kickstarter. I didn't end up getting it. And then it was, BB from Red Velvet. Why can I never remember? Red Velvet. Pure Red Velvet. Oh my gosh, I know it was Red Velvet. BB from Pure Red Velvet did a side-by-side of the 1st edition and the 2nd edition, and just watching that video of hers, I was like, yeah, okay. I do need this. You're right. You're correct. So I'm excited about this one. It's so pretty. Really fits in with the kind of just romance vibe of this time of year. I love the artwork included in it. It's one of those decks where it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. The guidebook is really good though. I've been really enjoying using it and getting into the guidebook. Oh my gosh. And this color pink is my favorite. I really like the updates from, at least that I've seen from the 1st edition. So, Tarot of Aphrodite. Exciting. Okay, shall we get into, maybe we should do those last. Okay, hold on, having thoughts. Ooh, and I'm missing one. Hold on, let's get that so I don't forget it entirely. I'm missing another. Where is it though? Or is it in here? No. I'm missing one. I'm missing one. Where did it go? I was just using it. Okay. I gotta find that because I can't forget that one. Okay, sorted that. Sorted that out. Because I've got a little bit of a stack here of decks I got to review, but we will get to those last. So this is in no particular order, by the way. We're just grabbing from a bin I built. And this is what happens. I put all these in this bin like 2 days ago, thinking I would film 2 days ago, and then I didn't. So then I started grabbing things out to use. Yeah, never good news. Okay, Story Medicine Tarot. I got this used on Facebook. I was so excited. Look at that. So this is the 2nd edition, the Animal Woman. I have the Seaweed Sisters, I think it's called, which is the 4th edition. Love that one, and I got that one used too. Because these can run a bit pricey to get them straight from GameCrafter. However, having them both in hand now, if something happened to my copies, without even second thought, if I had the funds to go and just get them again, I would. I just think they are so fantastic. I am particularly really loving this one because we get the tarot title down here and then a quote up at the top, and that's pretty much, at least as far as I have discovered so far. I've not looked into their website, but I'm pretty sure this is like what we get as far as meanings. I don't think there's a guidebook, but definitely correct me if I'm wrong. However, I've been really enjoying using it in this way. So it works, and I love it. I love the theme of this. I love the art of this. Just everything about it. I used it the other day paired with the Prairie Majesty Oracle and it was Prairie Majesty. Maybe that was it. I think that might have been it. But it was awesome with Prairie Majesty, which is cool because I know Kara, who is the creator of that, is a huge fan of these decks, so that was fun. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I've been using it a ton already. I love the cardstock it's on. It's just a really, really nice deck. I love it. So that is the Story Medicine, the 2nd edition Animal Woman. Okay, we've got the Goddess of Love. See, I feel like I've been showing this already in a bunch of videos, but I did edge it. That's an update. I edged it in this hot pink color while I was watching Dawn Michelle and Lisa's gaming stream the other day on Dawn Michelle's 2nd channel. I was there like, oh my gosh, I think they streamed for 5 or 6 hours, and I was there the whole day. It was so fun. But one of the things I did was edge this deck, and I love how it turned out. But I've been thoroughly enjoying this one. I got this one definitely towards the beginning of like ending the last New Deck Digest and beginning this one, so I've had this for a bit relatively to the rest of these decks, and ooh, I've been really enjoying it. This has been just an awesome addition so far. It's really pleasantly surprised me with how many Oracle decks it pairs with. This deck, especially like a month ago, really had a moment where just so many people were really excited about it, really raving about it when it came out, and rightfully so. Now that I have it in hand and I've been using it, I get it. And I've really grown to love these red borders. I really like them. I love just the colors going on. But I am generally a sucker for red and pink together. I think it's just so pretty and fun. I really like it. So, really excited about that one. That is the Goddess of Love Tarot. Okay. The Odyssean Tarot. Another one that's been having such a moment, and again, like, I get it. Now that I have it, I get it. So this is all themed around Greek mythology. Look at the artwork. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. But it comes with this really hefty guidebook that just delves so well and nicely into the mythology being shown on the card. So it's been this cool thing of like using it for divination, but also feeling like I'm learning at the same time. It's been so much fun, especially since I am in a, look at that, oh my gosh. I'm in a Greek mythology moment right now, for sure. And I've been really loving this one. I love this one paired with the Goddess of Love, too. That's a really, really good and fun pairing. So, enjoying this one a lot. That is the Odyssean Tarot. Okay. We're going through these because a lot of these are not new. They're just new to me. I think most of them, actually. This is the, I couldn't remember the name for a second, Shining Tribe Tarot. This is Rachel Pollack's tarot deck. There is a new edition coming out. This is an older edition, but I got it off of, I don't know, it was like a used bookstore. I can't think of which one though, but I think when I link this below, I'll put a link to the new edition coming out, just because that feels to me like what will be the most accessible. But if you Google it, I'm sure there's still some more versions of this one floating around. I haven't looked to see what the differences are, but I'm actually almost done with Rachel Pollack's last book. What is it? Tarot Through the Forest of Souls, or something or it's just Through the Forest of Souls. So good. It's so good. And throughout, she references readings she's done using her own deck. And so there's images that come up, and just hearing the way, just in the book, she explains the images and how the little bit we get of how she reads tarot, I shouldn't even say a little bit, it's a lot of it, just has blown me away to the point where I was like, I need to get this deck because I need to know more. I need to know more. I need to have the cards. I need to have the guidebook. And so I haven't delved too much into this yet because I'm kind of thinking I'm going to wait until I finish that book and then get into this so it doesn't kind of start getting mixed around. But I'm really excited about this one. And two, I think it's just got like a summer feel to me. So I think that'll be its time. But that is the Shining Tribe Tarot? Yeah. I'm leaning back and talking at the same time because my bookshelf is behind me. Okay. The Hieronymus Bosch Tarot! Look at, I haven't taken this out of the box because I love the artwork in it. Usually I will not keep her on this kind of box, but it's just so good. I haven't been able to let it go. But I'm loving this tarot. This is another one that I've had for a few weeks now. I've been using it in my Devil card, my card of the year practice. It's been so good. I've just kind of started this. It's by Travis McHenry. I've started a little Travis McHenry collection for sure. I don't have his other two tarots out from Rockpool, but that's only because on Kickstarter, or he's shown that he's going to put out another indie version on Kickstarter, and so I kind of want to see what that's about before I make the choice between like which one I'll get. But really enjoying this in the meantime. It's so fun. I love the 3 keywords on each of the cards. I love this artwork. It's just so out there and fun, and I'm really enjoying it. I love the backs. So good. And I think it's just gonna have to live in this box, even though I'm not a big box kind of gal usually. Alright, these next two really are throwing it back a little bit, but I got the Hermetic Tarot. Yeah, that's all. I don't really know what I have to say about it. but we've all probably seen this at this point, but it's got all of the decan rulers on here, it's got the elements, it's got planets on here. Another deck with just like a lot of different associations. I'm really interested to compare this with that Elemental Tarot, but this is kind of feeling like a bit of a study deck to me because I did get the Great Workbook. This stickers on here. Oopsie. The Great Workbook from Numinous Press, where it's like a tarot workbook, because I've just found myself being really interested in studying more about the symbolism of tarot, the different, what would the word be, like almost tarot systems, different tarot systems, and I just feel like this is one of those decks where it's got a lot on the card to look at and to study, and so I feel like a bunch of different topics I'm interested in, I'll be able to use this deck to kind of analyze that. So that is that, the Hermetic Tarot. Now this has been my obsession of the last like week, and it is the Book of Thoth, Eteilla Tarot. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and if I'm not, it will. But I just think this deck is so beautiful. It's a different setup, for sure, which, you know, I'm not, I don't really know anything about the Eteilla deck, but I'm gonna learn now. And I was aware of that, you know, when I bought it, but I loved, honestly, just the aesthetic of it so much. Like, how beautiful is this? It's so beautiful. And the backs, oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to learn this kind of different way of looking at the cards. And what I really liked is there's keywords on here. They're in French, but there are keywords on there, which I'm fascinated by. I want to know. I want to know more. I'm excited. If you couldn't tell, I'm really in this, like, learning kind of phase. Like, I'm really interested in learning more about so many different things. I really need to, like, I don't need to pick one, I guess, but just as things catch my fancy, I've been learning about a lot of new things, which is so exciting. So there's always more to learn. So that is the Book of Thoth, Eteilla Tarot. So pretty. Next, we've got the Seashell Oracle. Oh my gosh, I wasn't gonna get this one until the summertime. I think because in my head I was like, shells, beach, summer. But like, I don't really go to the beach anyway, so if I wanted this, like, there's no time constraint. Then I saw Meg from Rose Honey Ritual show it, and I was like, ooh, hold on a second. Like, the whole shells, kind of like Venus, Aphrodite link. Like, look at that. How pretty is that? I was like, wait a second. I think that would be so cool for just the kind of theme I'm going with for February. And I was correct. I've been loving this. It's so beautiful. I have the Mushroom Tarot by these creators as well. And it's also really pretty, but I have to say, surprisingly, I think I'm liking this one more, which really surprises me because I'm not that much of a sea or beach person, and I love mushrooms, but I just think, I don't know, there's something about this one. I'm really excited about it. It's a Seashell Oracle. Okay. I'm gonna show one more, and then I'm gonna go make cookies. Yeah, I'm gonna make cookies. That's that. Ooh, so what's gonna be the last pick? Why am I feeling like I'm repeating decks? Okay, we're gonna show this one because I know it's not a repeat, but I'm getting a deja vu thing. I don't know. Okay, The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. This was really because... See, I'm getting weird deja vu. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to check. This was a buy because I didn't realize Ellen Dugan, like, wrote a guidebook to a tarot deck. Or created, I don't really remember. I don't have the guidebook on hand, but she definitely wrote the guidebook. And I love Ellen Dugan. I think she's the best. I have all her garden witchery books, the cottage witchery. They're so awesome. And so I was like, wait a second. If she's got a tarot deck, I need it. So I got this one, and like, I kind of love like the backs of it. I don't know, I kind of love it. It's a little bit cheesy, but I think it's great. And her writing, as usual, is fantastic in the guidebook. And it's just, it feels like a good, like, old school, early 2000s kind of vibe going on, which I love. You have to have that sometimes. So, that is the Witch's Tarot. I'm going to pause. I'm making cookies. So, I'll be back someday, at some point. Okay, we're back. Cookies are made, but not eaten. That is not, hasn't been straight this whole time. That's okay. Because they're cooling. And I double checked myself on none of these I showed last time. It turns out it's just my poor sense of time and space coming at me again. All right, let's keep rolling. Another eBay find. This is The Girl's Guide to Tarot. Oh my god. I don't know, I saw this and it just it just made something inside of me really happy. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It makes me think of Lizzie McGuire. I have no reason that I've figured out to think that. Maybe it's the purple and the orange is the colors. But that alone has made me so happy that it was worth it. I will say, it can go up for, like, what I feel is exorbitant prices, but it's another one. Just let it simmer. Save a search and let it simmer. That's the motto. Because at least for me, it did come up for a better price. And oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, something about it just feels so nostalgic in the best kind of way. It hits like that pre-teen age for me that, I don't know, just exciting. Just exciting. All right. Let's get those in there. These are little apothecary reference cards by Moon Sick Baby. I'll have links to everything below if I didn't say that already. Oh my goodness. I just kind of really liked the look of these. And it's cool because, as they suggest, they're reference cards, but you do get these little index cards that give keywords. So that's neat. So it's one of those where you get the plant on the front and then you get practical and magical applications on the back. Super cool. I just like the vintage illustrations. And yeah, this is one I got because I've been really into mini oracles lately. And just kind of adding them into my readings in just certain kinds of ways. And I wanted a mini plant deck, and this one is fitting the bill. I love it so much. It's so cute. And it just really pairs with a lot of different decks, so I've been really enjoying that. Apothecary reference cards. Alright, these next two, you know why these are all sounding familiar is because I really try and like not show these decks in other videos and kind of wait to show them in this, but I did a bad job of that this month because these next two, oh, maybe only one, okay, maybe only one, but that's where they both live in my Devil Year Decks basket, and I know I showed this one. It's the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, another Travis McHenry. This is an indie one, and I love it so much. It's so interesting. It's got, oh my gosh, I'm just all over the place today. It's okay. It's got juxtaposing angels and demons on each card. So it kind of takes almost like one concept in a way and shows its opposites. And the interesting thing to me and how I like using this, or what I feel it portrays, is kind of how we can't have light without the shadow. I think, to me, that's what it feels like it portrays, of like both of what this card is showing can exist at the same time. Like desire for knowledge and prejudice can exist simultaneously, and like, let's explore that, you know what I mean? So it's really kind of been a good anchor for exploration for my Devil card year, because I just feel like thematically these things really fit into that, and I've been really, really enjoying it. And also just, I mean, come on. That looks cool, doesn't it? It does. You don't have to tell me twice. Oracle of Heaven and Hell. Super cool. Alright, then the next one was another, oh my gosh, we've just been eBaying this month, because this is another one. This is the Purgatorium Hex. But this is by Mr. Freiborg, who makes that Tarot that I am so in love with. And Andy got this deck after we went to Salem. And I was kind of like, I don't know. But now that, again, I'm into this Devil card year, this is very themed around, like, am I gonna get an easy explanation I can quickly find? Who knows? It's got a very kind of, This system behind this set of cards is based on the old Italian Mantegna Tarot. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And the model of grief loss by Dr. Kubler-Ross. It's very interesting, but it has a bit, I mean, as you can see, kind of like a puritanical, sometimes like maybe even Catholic vibe. At least that's how I'm interpreting it in its depictions. And so it's kind of an interesting way to explore that Devil card year. It almost feels like through this deck I can explore a little bit of the different facets of culturally how we see the Devil. It's just really, it's a really interesting deck. I haven't gotten too much into this one at all, but I'm excited too, because I think it's going to get into that sort of theming really, in a really interesting way. I love the artwork too. So, that is the Purgatorium Oracle. Now, the rest of the decks I have to show you today were all sent to me to review, starting with this beautiful deck by Eris Elizabeth and Ethany, published by Ethany, the Penumbra Tarot, which isn't a new deck, but it's one that really hasn't been on my radar. Or I shouldn't say hasn't been on my radar. I feel like I don't see it get shown a lot, but it has been on my radar. That's what I meant to say. As like a, ooh, that's kind of interesting. And so when I was asked if I wanted to review anything, I was like, Penumbra Tarot. Yes. Because I feel like, again, like I said, I feel like it's not one I see around a lot for some reason, because it's so beautiful. And maybe that's just, I would bet it's just me not looking. But when I have seen it, I always clock it as like, oh my gosh, what is that? And I have been loving getting into this deck. The artwork, as I said, is gorgeous. I think this is going to be really, really especially fun in the summer with all these bright colors. And the guidebook is, I mean, look how thick this is. That's wild. It's a huge guidebook because we get a sort of main meaning from Ethne, we get an artwork exploration from the artist, and then there's a song to go with each card. It's just really, really cool, and there's a lot to dig into, and I'm just excited to see how this one slots in. It's one that I was going to do a walkthrough, but do you ever get a deck where it's like you start using it and you just have this feeling of there's going to be some sort of reading you find to do with it, that it's like, this is the deck for this work? That's the feeling I have with this one, so I've kind of been holding off, waiting to discover what that is, and then I want to share with you all kind of the reading I build around this deck, because I just feel like it's one of those kinds of decks. I've just really been loving it. So, that is the Penumbra Tarot. Excited for that one. I also think it's going to be really cool for the Fellowship of the Weavers practice with Dawn Michelle, because it's got a fantasy feel. Alright, and the next three are from US Games. We won't spend too long on these because two of them I do have walkthroughs of. This one I don't. It is the Unlocking the Secret Garden Oracle, and I've been really enjoying this one. I didn't put up a walkthrough of this one because, I don't know, this one isn't like a brand new deck relatively, so there's already some really good walkthroughs up, but I really wanted to give this one a go because it just felt like aesthetically it was really going to work for me, and I like the Angie Sullins decks. Two of these are Angie Sullins. The guidebook is written by her, and then the artwork for this is Jenna Della Grataglia. And this is one of my February decks, and I have been loving it. The real highlight of this deck to me is these keeper cards. I've been loving using this one, and really loving especially when we get these keepers that show up. I just think they're so cool. But oh, look at that. It's a beautiful deck. And I'm really intrigued actually to try and do readings like just using this deck, because I think it'll kind of make a nice story and a nice picture on the table. But yeah, I've been really enjoying that one. That's the Unlocking the Secret Garden. Then I've got the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, also written by Angie Sullins, and the artwork is by Eva Beniva. This I have a full walkthrough up of, but this has been so fun. I'm obsessed with the art in this. It's got that real cute, creepy vibe that I love, but the messages are really, really good as well. I think that's what I love about the Angie Sullins decks, is that so far, the ones I've tried, the guidebook never disappoints. I always get something really, really good out of it. She's a good writer. So yeah, really been enjoying that one. And last but not least, we've got the deck that's really been just living on my desk lately. I've got two different desks. I've got a secretary desk that folds down, so I don't really have decks that live on that. That's where I do my morning polls, but then I have my desk where my computer's on it, and so I do all my like work, businessy stuff on there, and then I game on there. I end up sitting at this desk most of the time. So this lives on that desk. It's the Aronberg Tarot, which again, another one that I have a full walkthrough of. And I am just obsessed. I'm obsessed with this deck. It's one of those ones where, you know, if you're familiar already with Rider-Waite-Smith, you could just read with it right out of the box. But it's just kind of aesthetically got this really interesting look to it, and then when I do get into the guidebook, I do find it really adds a lot, because we're getting the explanation of like, okay, here's why I zoomed into this aspect of this card. Because what this deck did was, for the most part, not in every card, but for the most part, it kind of took the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery and zoomed in on a very specific aspect of that. And it's really interesting to see, you know, what you get on each card. And it's just one of those ones where it's like, it's a reliable reader. I know what it's trying to say. It's really clear. And it's just, like I said, it's been living on my desk since I got it. I find myself wanting to do just like any sort of quick reading with this all the time. So, loving that one. That's the Aronberg Tarot. And that, my friends, is the last deck I have to show you today. So, I'd love to know, do you have anything new in your collection? Are you loving anything new? Whether it's new to you or new out, or something you've had and you've just not played with it in a while, and you've got it back out. I don't know, let me know. I love hearing about it. So, anyway, other than that, I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you again soon.